Hi guys. I really should stop doing this early morning reviews. It's about coming up to quarter past seven. Um, got up ridiculously early today, so I just decided to watch the Raw that I have recorded. As usual, if you ever see me do a late morning one, it's because I've got up ridiculously early, so I decided to watch Raw. So, without further ado, let me review to you the Monday night episode of Raw, 25th, 24th of June 2013. Show kicked off with Daniel Bryan basically cutting a Twitter promo, um, just talking about how um, I don't know, just talking about the usual, like how how can I put it? He just talks about how everyone all his life has doubted him. Tonight he proves everyone wrong. It's good, intense promo, bit of a tweener promo. Um, it's good, intense stuff. I like the intense things, Brian. Um, but everyone, as you guys know, is my favorite wrestler in WWE at the moment. Um, so yeah, so him and Orton decided to have a match. Sorry, I'm tired as fuck. Him and Orton decided to have a match, which basically got called off. I can't remember why it got called off. It got called off anyway. Um, and then Brad Maddox and Vicky were in the back. Daniel Bryan comes in, basically demands a rematch there tonight. Um, he storms out. Vince comes in and says, basically don't give me that rematch. You know, Vince McMahon, continued family power struggle type story there. Clearly try to tell. um, then Team Rose Scholars versus Sheamus, or Shay Shit as I want to start calling him, and Christian. You need to know who the fuck won or how it ended. If you need to know, you only watch the WWE lately. And it's rate, there ain't no point telling you. Don't ask someone what happens when Sheamus is in the match. Then you'll find out. It ends the way all fucking Sheamus matches end. And that's the reason I hate it. There's no reason to get invested in it. Anyway, uh, CM Punk and Vicky had a backstage segment. Basically, Punk was on the phone and Vicky basically kept trying to tell him he had a match tonight and he weren't listening. And Punk basically said to Vicky was, when either Heyman or Lesnar shows, can you let me know? Thanks. Good shit, short to the point. Um, and Caitlyn looking smoking as usual. I don't give a fuck what people say about her. I've heard a lot of comments saying, oh, she ain't even that nice, she ain't this. I fuck the shit out of Caitlyn. Let me make that real clear. I fuck the shit. I don't WWE character, but I fuck the shit out of Caitlyn. So she was looking smoking as usual. She faced Oksana. Oksana is also fucking nice. Oh. Anyway, um, oh, that is a dream twisting. Yeah, so they had a match. AJ comes out and I think it was the most ridiculously clumsy segment of the night. AJ comes out in a cat suit, or Caitlin's suit, which is basically like a suit that showed like muscly arms and stuff like and like a Caitlyn wig and like I see what they're going. I see the story they're trying to tell. And props for the WWE belatedly trying to give us a Divas feud. I think maybe it comes off as clumsy at the moment. Big E came out. I don't know. It was just a bit hard to watch, so I fast forwarded it. And Cena and Henry had a video package just to recap from the brilliant segment from last week. Um, then Y2J and Del Rio had a match. Del Rio gets DQ'd because Rodrigo basically attacks um, Y2J with a case. And then Ziggler basically comes out, beats down Del Rio. Um, and Jericho gets a code breaker to Rodrigo. Well, I don't know what the fuck his name is. Um, and Jericho and Ziggler had a bit of a segment, bit of a stare down, and then um, tried to fight, and then Ziggler basically gave Jericho the zigzag. Um, I was a bit worried at this stage that they were going to flip Ziggler back heel, but then later on in the night they clarified that. So I thought Jericho was going to get put into this match somehow, but then they clarified that, so it was good. Good segment. Ziggler still looks strong, belatedly, but it looks strong. Um, and Ricky and Triple H had a segment. Triple H basically said that he's going to have a match with Daniel Bryan and Orton, and he's going to let the audience decide what type of match it is. It's fair enough, fair segment. Um, and you had like a little video game kind of segment, which I fast forward the majority of, but getting to the point that new video game has The Rock on the cover. Yeah, fair enough. Bareback is back for, gosh. He faced Great Khali. Bareback actually won, which is a surprise. Well, it isn't, but it is, because that the motherfucker don't win matches. So it was always a bit of a surprise that he does actually win. Um, so yeah, so that was that. Who cares? Uh, then Sun Cena had a segment, boring ass fucking segment. Couldn't take just the same old usual shit. I didn't note down anything that he actually said of worthy note. But what I did notice is that Lone Ranger foul, power to him, just kept talking about boring, boring. I'd say crowd was kind of dead tonight. I thought it was a weak ass crowd, but little things like that. You just if the crowd was made up of loads of those guys, that would be a fantastic crowd. Just, you sold it by yourself. It was so fucking funny. It was just a boring, same old shit basically. Same old shit, different day with Joe Cena. Um, Usos and tons of shit, and 3M jobbers came out, had a triple threat tag team match. Usos win. Shield, we didn't see the Shield tonight really, other than a sneak peek at this segment, which was a bit of a shame. That was a bit of a shame. They basically came out and had a bit of a stare down with the Usos. Um, you kind of knew this was the reason why the Usos were getting or winning matches all of a sudden. Sometimes when you build a tag team up to feed them to a next tag team, that's exactly what's happening with the Usos right now. They've won a couple of matches. They've had a slight makeover with the face paint, and that's all so that they can make the Shield look better ultimately, which I'm alright with. Um, I had hope for the Usos, but they buried them so much that I now just don't give a shit. And the tag team division is weak, so anything that builds up the Shield potentially, great. Then probably in the segment on the night kept me hooked, and that was the Heyman and Punk segment. Um, Basically, had a good background story to Heyman and Punk. Like you could imagine the story being true, like how Punk went to developmental and Heyman was in charge of developmental, and the McMahon was telling him to get rid of Punk, and he was insisting that he is your next main event. Trust me, he is your next main event. And you know, you got a really good, solid explanation as to why CM Punk is a Heyman guy. And I like the story that they're telling here. Like you're kind of saying to Punk that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to fucking Brock Lesnar. want you to know that. And it was a good, realistic end. Like, you're not gonna, you have no evidence to believe that your friend's screwing you over. Even if all your instinct is telling you that your friend is screwing you over, you're not gonna lock him off until you find out. And that's basically what happened. You know, he didn't. It wasn't a popular choice, but he basically hugged Heyman and said, "Sorry for ever doubting you." You know, but you can see he's still doubting him. But it was a good story. It was a good, positive, subtle story that they're telling. Um, and then pretty much straight after that, Punk has a match with Darren Young from Prime Time Players. Punk wins, and he starts getting beat down by O'Neal and Young. And on 201, then Curtis Axel shows up. Curtis Axel shows up, makes a save. Um, Punk is like, "Why the fuck is Curtis Axel coming down to help me?" You know, it's a good little story that they're telling. Good little story they're telling. So no less than for that. Um, so yeah, I clearly want to see what they're doing here. I think they're going for a slow burn with Lesnar and Punk. Thank God. Because I was worried that they were going to have a match at Money in the Bank. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Stephanie basically tells Vicky she's going to go and announce the Money in the Bank participants, which she does. Basically announces they're all faces from what I can see, which is kind of weird. But alright, so the Money in the Bank participants are going to be CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Orton, Christian, Kane, and RVD. I still intend to do an RVD video, and I still intend to do a Babyface Superman video. Um, Stay tuned for that. Those will be good videos. I'll try and upload them tomorrow. Um, so yeah, it'll be a good watch, I promise. Then Ricky, Bareback, and Y2J had a match. I just tune out whatever the fuck Bareback said. I just find them irritating to watch. And it's the WWE's fault. It's not my match fault. It's WWE's fault. I don't care about Bareback. I just don't care about him. But basically, a match was set up between Y2J and Bareback at Money in the Bank, so it achieved the point. And then my dog, Mark Henry came out, basically cut a good solid segment talking about how he was winding everyone up and he didn't have any remorse. And the whole point of all of it was to get what he achieved, which is true. He achieved what he wanted, and that was a match with John Cena at Money in the Bank. So power to him. Good segment, good heel segment. I liked it. I thought he did quite well. It probably went on about a minute too long. He should have cut to the point a little bit. I think it should have just been a little bit sharper. That would have been my only criticism. But he's my dog right now. Favorite heel at the moment. Yeah, good solid segment. Can't complain. And in the main event, it was Bryan versus Orton. In a street fight, good street fight match. Very good street fight match. Well, I was telling you, it went very good. It was a good 3-star match. You know, good street fight. Basically, Bryan gets him in the LaBelle lock. I refuse to call it the yes lock. In the LaBelle lock. At first, he has his hands over him like a crossface style, and then he grabs the kendo stick and then pushes the kendo stick in his face and just yanking back in his face. Orton taps out like a bitch pretty much soon after that, which I kind of felt funny. But hey, Orton actually put somebody else over, which is good. So yeah, it looks like Bryan has proved himself. Yeah, I think everyone was waiting for Orton to turn heel at this point. and it didn't happen. He just shook his hand while everyone was typing, you tapped out, you tapped out. And then walked off. It was just like, what are they waiting for? Like, what are they waiting for? Oh, man, anyway. So yeah, it was nowhere near as good as last week, Raw. And it was never going to be. But for what it was, it achieved the point. Um, a lot of explanation, mainly from Henry and Heyman. Um, it was just a middle of the road Raw. Back to its usual shit, basically. Um, so yeah, I hope you liked this video. Sorry it was so lackluster. I'm kind of in a lackluster frame of mind. And ask anyone who works full time, you know. When it gets to like Tuesday, Wednesday, you're just like, oh, let's just get on with it. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I'm actually about to leave as we speak. I need to go and get ready and shit. But comment, subscribe, like this video, comment down below, subscribe. Um, I'll hit you up in a couple of days. Well, tomorrow. I'll hit you up tomorrow with a couple of new videos that I've been meaning to do for about a week now. And hope to see you soon. Okay. Peace.